Hey everyone, it's episode 1 of Just a Couple's Thoughts. What, you don't like the title, Sarah?
No, I didn't say that.
Why are you laughing, Lynn?
I just think it's funny.
Why?
I don't know, because I just haven't heard it really until now.
So what's so funny about it then?
I don't know. No, it's just that it's now a reality. I guess that's the funny part.
Yeah, this podcast has been on hold. I say on hold, it hasn't even started for a while because, well, you've been busy with finals and, work and stuff like that.
Yeah, as of recording this today, now it's like 12 o'clock, midnight. So yesterday was my last day of finals. Mm-hmm. So I'm done for this semester.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you haven't realized already, we're a couple. We're dating like weird people.
Oh.
And Sarah,
you don't want to reveal all our secrets.
I feel like it's part of the title though. And Sarah is going to college. I graduated already, so I'm free.
What's your name? Wait, did you say that already?
No, I have not. I said your name. My name's Kevin.
Whoa, hey, Kevin. Crazy.
So yeah, so the idea of this podcast is just, mostly just chatting.
Because we do that a lot anyway.
Yeah.
So
we're going to be talking about what? Games.
Movies.
Anime. Cartoons. Nerdy stuff.
Sometimes we'll talk about life.
Just life in general.
Because life is sometimes really hard, I
feel like life is difficult for most people.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we're just gonna, hopefully, this will probably be one of our shorter podcasts, or one of our longer ones, who knows. Where we're just gonna be introducing ourselves, and I'll tell you the basic idea we have for the podcast.
Mm-mm.
So I'm Kevin.
Yeah, who are you? Who are you anyway?
Yeah, I'm Kevin. I graduated already, so I'm not in college anymore.
My big educated boy.
Yes, the person who'll be making the money.
Yeah.
So I graduated with mechanical engineering degree. Sarah's an artist, so
I will be making no money.
So you see where the support is gonna come from.
Well, it's not like, I'm not going to be doing anything. So
I hope so.
That's my dream, but doesn't mean that it can be a reality. So
yeah. I like games. I like movies, anime. And I'm pretty critical with most of that stuff.
That's true.
I'm not very critical with games though. I feel like I play a lot of shit games for, just a hell of it. I'm just not, I don't really care that much about quality games as long as I'm just, having fun, I guess.
What's a bad game that you've played?
Infinite Space.
Oh, that one. I remember you told me about it.
I will always point to that game being the most fun I had with a bad game. Yeah, it's probably the most fun I had with a bad game. I love, that game is so fun. Just like how off the rails it goes, and then it's like, and just how grindy it is. I'm not making it sound fun, but
it was for the DS, right?
Yeah, it was for the DS. It was made by Platinum Games.
Yeah.
It was one of the few strategy games, and
that's why they only did a few. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the other ones are. I'm just making.
I don't know if they made another one.
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Hey, they're making better games now.
Yeah, they did Bayonetta, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, Bayonetta.
Nier.
That one game that you always listen to the soundtrack to.
Nier?
No, the other one. The other one where it's like a bunch of rap and stuff.
Oh, Max Anarchy?
Yeah.
Or Anarchy Reigns?
Yeah, that's Platinum.
Yeah. That is Platinum. Bayonetta does a cameo in that game.
Really?
Yeah, she's on, so the idea of Max Anarchy is that you're a bunch of mercenaries? I actually don't remember. I didn't play that game. I played it like once but in the menu screen, it pans to all the characters because all the characters are like colorful characters. But it will pan to a screen, and on the screen it shows Bayonetta.
Oh, okay, that's pretty neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know anything about that game.
I mean, not a lot of people. No one played it, so.
Well.
But yeah. But yeah, games is probably one of the few things I'm not super critical on. I just play them to have fun. I get why people are critical about it, but it's just I don't know. I very go on like a mode when I play games where I just grind, do things, and as long as I'm doing something, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the opposite end of that, I am super critical when it comes to movies and anime.
That's also very true. Yeah. I mean, I'm not as critical as you are, but
well, you're not, but you were definitely way more pickier than I am.
That's also true. I mean, like, there's not a lot of stuff that I like to watch. Like, it has to be very, very specific. And I feel kind of bad, like, when we go to cons and like, okay, I guess for example, like, My Hero is really big right now, and Kevin read like Horikoshi's other works.
Yeah, I started with Barrage, and then I read a bit of the other one. It's like I forgot what it's called, but it's something Zoo. And then when Horikoshi knew his manga, which is now currently My Hero Academia, that I started reading that. So I was a fan since day zero, like negative whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. See, like, I feel like I'm a hipster because, like, as soon as something gets, like, really popular, I don't really want to, like, associate myself with it anymore, you know?
I mean, you still read the My Hero manga. You just don't care about the anime.
Yeah, I don't really care about the anime. Yeah, it's just like when Naruto was getting to the final arc, but we had already...
I mean, we got super jaded by then.
Yeah, but like when it was in the final arc for the anime, but by that time, like, it had been over for like over a year.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, everybody's like, wow, wasn't that ending sad? I'm like, dude, I mean,
was sad the right word for it?
Maybe not. Maybe it was just like, wow, that was an ending. Maybe that's what it was. It wasn't like Bleach, where it was like, wow, that was an ending.
I mean, like, well, for Naruto, like, I feel like the ending was kind of like, I don't want to say poetic. I can't find the right word for it, but it's like, especially when it came animated, it was like it kind of reflected how Naruto and Sasuke came this far, and even then they go back to where they first, not where they first fought, but like the biggest fight.
Yeah, they come back at the end.
The waterfalls, and then the bloody severed hands make it look like they're holding hands.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand. Oh no, because like, see, this was never mentioned and I feel like we're going off topic, but
who cares? The Golden Rule podcast just have all the tangents.
I feel like because like that was like a filler in a Naruto episode. Like, they never really talk about that like whole like hand holding thing. They do that thing with the two fingers and they like, that's like a handshake, like a ninja handshake.
Yeah, is it ninja super secret handshake?
Yeah, so it's like a ninja handshake, and you do that before a battle and you do it after. Like, it was like during a filler arc.
I'm pretty sure they mentioned it in the manga, and they fleshed it out in a filler arc.
I don't remember it all. Why didn't anybody do it then? Nobody did it.
Because I think it was supposed to be like meant for like true friends or something like that. Like kind of like how what was their names? Madara and the first Hokage. What was his name again? But like, because the whole point of Naruto is how like each generation reflects the last one. So like how Madara is like Sasuke and the first Hokage, whatever. But like how like they used to be friends or rivals, so they do that to show like they're equals or some shit like that. I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember at all. If you're a true Naruto fan, Can somebody like who like remembers like
For whoever is watching this,
yeah.
just comment. We don't have any viewers, so if you comment, we'll see it.
Yeah.
We'll definitely see it.
I'll respond.
We'll talk to you.
Yeah, but if anybody knows, like, what was the question?
Like, what's the ninja handshake mean?
Yeah, what is it? What does it mean? Because I thought like they explained it in a filler, but I literally don't remember it in the manga. I mean, I don't know. like I don't know, like Iruka says something in the manga or in the anime about it in a flashback.
Some shit like
in a filler. So how credible is it really? You know?
I mean, Horikoshi had like, not Horikoshi, Kishimoto had like some oversight of the anime.
Well, that's that's like saying, oh, well, you know, Toriyama had some oversight, you know, for the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. Like, he was there.
He was there. They just didn't listen to him.
Yeah, so, you know, maybe it's similar. So, who knows?
I think the Japanese industry has. I don't want to say they have more respect for the creators because they don't really have respect for the creators, but I feel like they take their input a little bit more seriously than, you know, the American industry.
Speaking of which, they're making those Hollywood adaptations of My Hero and Naruto. Well, not Naruto, One Piece.
Are they really making a Hollywood adaptation of My Hero?
Oh, I think that's what I heard. I don't know. Well, I don't want to go spreading rumors, but I thought that was like an actual thing.
I mean, I won't double check it. Like,
actually happening.
Worst case, we're wrong, and then no one gives a shit.
Yeah. But I that's what I heard. I heard rumors about the Naruto or like
My Hero.
My Hero. My Hero movie being a thing, like an actual thing, and people comparing it to Sky High. You know?
No, I believe. I feel like because of how much Horikoshi is inspired by American comics, I think the way he would do a My Hero movie in Hollywood is just have new characters in America.
Yeah. It would be like that spin-off series. You know, the one that isn't written by Horikoshi but takes
Vigilantes?
Yeah.
It's a prequel series, technically canon, and it's stupid.
Well, I mean, what's the difference between that and a Hollywood movie?
I mean, if you like Vigilantes, like, good on you. I think the first arc is solid with non-quirk dad, but like, it's not a good manga.
Well, that is subjective. I have no idea, and I've never read this manga, so
I don't know. It's like it's in a weird place with the canon, because like Horikoshi approves of it, and like it has all the same characters. So, like, is it canon to the main story? I mean, it doesn't impact it at all, but there's some things in that comic that kind of has like big impacts of the lore.
Like with Stain and right?
Because Stain appears. Stain appears in the comic as like a regular hero until he becomes a villain. But they also incorporate like drugs that make your quirk goes crazy. It's kind of like the opposite of the spoilers for My Hero.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Spoilers.
The drugs where it takes away people's quirks in My Hero.
Is this really a spoiler? Like,
it hasn't been in the anime yet.
Oh.
Yeah, it has been in the anime yet. It's straight up spoilers.
No way.
Yeah, the anime ends with right before Overhaul goes to meet with the League of Villains.
Oh.
We're not in season 4 yet, Sarah.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we were talking about like how All for One had that weird Nomu factory.
Well, that's an actual quirk power.
Yeah, well. I thought that's what we were talking. Oh wait, no, but you said drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, I've read the My Hero series like 3 times over. So
Too many times.
it's too many times for that long of a series, but
way too many times.
and even though I read it that many times, I still don't know all Class B's names. like Jesus, I just don't remember most of them.
For who? Oh, Class B?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I mean, they're showing up in this
In the current arc.
In the current arc. More spoilers, I guess.
No, this one isn't as significant.
Yeah. I mean, if you really care about okay, here's the thing. Like, people, like, for some reason care about Class B. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, they don't...
If you care about Class B, then you're a hypocrite if you also hate Mineta.
I just... Okay, or when people, like, I've talked to you about this before, but, like, Shinso, like, he wasn't in Class A or Class B. He was in some, like...
He was in a general education course.
But people love him, and I don't really know why.
And he's back because of popularity polls.
Yeah, well, I don't get it. Like, he literally was in, like...
One arc,
and that's it. And then he's gone. You know? At least Todoroki has been there forever, so he deserves that popularity poll, right? I think he's number 2?
I don't remember.
I think I remember seeing it. I think it was the big 3. Well, not the actual big three.
Yeah.
But it was like, you know...
Well, it was like Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku.
Yeah, but I think Bakugo was like number one for both polls, I think.
Yeah, both American and Japanese. Yeah. Bakugo's the best, boy.
And then Todoroki was number 2, and then Deku was number 3. I think that was for Japan. I forgot.
Japan has some weird taste sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, like...
They're never consistent.
Well, people like Todoroki because he's the edgy boy. The edgy cool guy. Kuru and mysterious. You know?
Yeah, like, where were we at? Oh, yeah. I like manga. I'm not as critical with manga, though. I feel like I'm super critical with anime and movies, mostly because I like film so much. But when it comes to, like, it's kind of different when it comes to games and manga because it doesn't have that film quality. I can read like a bunch of shitty manga and be fine.
I feel like with manga, though, it's like you can pick it up anytime. Like with it, like an anime or like a movie, like that's a part of your day that you're like setting aside to watch.
Anywhere between 30 minutes for anime and then like 2 hours for a movie.
If you wanted to read like a manga, it's like what, like maybe 10 minutes at most.
Yeah. Well, it depends if it's monthly or weekly and how long it is.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't take you like 30 minutes to read one chapter unless you're reading like Berserk or like
One Piece
or
the walls of text. Or God forbid if you guys still read Hunter x Hunter.
Or is it Hunter x Hunter?
I would never stop saying Hunter x Hunter, honestly. But I know it's probably supposed to be Hunter x Hunter or...
I thought it was never really confirmed whether it was Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter.
I don't remember because, well, the own creator has to say the title whenever he gets interviewed.
What does he say?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would know for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's just Hunter x Hunter. It's either that or something weird like Hunter Cross Hunter. Because Japan likes to do the X for cross. But that doesn't sound right.
That's ugly, though.
Yeah.
That's really ugly. I don't like that.
So if you guys are wondering like why there's a bunch of X and a bunch of crossover games, it's because it's supposed to be like crossover. So Street Fighter Cross Tekken, not Street Fighter X Tekken, or Blaze Blue Cross Bad Battle, and not Blaze Blue X Bag Tag Battle.
I mean, I've been reading this manga lately. It's called like Pumpkinhead.
I read it.
You read it? Do you like it?
I read it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I really. Okay, I guess I'll explain it a little bit, but it's a horror.
It's like gore horror.
Yeah. It's like not bad. I found it on accident because I was looking up something else.
It has its bad moments.
Yeah,
It has a lot of bad
but I
moments.
kind of like the art a lot.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not really like gore isn't really my thing, and to me the manga's not that scary.
Mm.
But like,
It's pretty much like a slasher movie just made into a manga.
yeah. I just think it's like kind of like tragically hilarious that how this character, how the main character. Okay, technically there's two like main characters. So Pumpkinhead is just basically this high school girl who was bullied, and her face was like horribly disfigured, and she was like sent to like this like sanitarium kind of like rehabilitation.
Well, she went crazy.
Yeah. So she was like sent away or something, and her like best friend, I guess at the time, I think he still likes her.
It's something like that.
It's like he's got like a weird like
crush, but I'm fucking scared of you kind of thing.
yeah. So it's like, well, you're scary, but I still like you. So like it's just like really bizarre because he like the main girl is like killing off all of his classmates, and he's just like, well, I mean, it's happening.
They deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, they really do, because they like
They're all assholes.
they're all awful. Like, I don't even feel sorry that they're dying. I'm like, man, it's like kind of deserved. I don't know why that she's like, well, I'm saving you for last. And he's like, just okay with it, I guess. He's like, all right. And I'm like, I mean, she is like she is like this superhuman.
She's not even superhuman. She's just lucky, and like her knives are very, very, very sharp.
No, but I think it's ridiculous because like she like either she's like surprise attacking people, which she does. She does most of the time. She like surprises people and jumps out of like nowhere. But like nobody can take this girl down.
Nope.
She's like probably like
it's like a slasher movie where it's like, wow, like I can't believe like a normal human being is doing all this.
Yeah.
Like how in the original Halloween that was supposed to be like a normal human being.
Yeah.
And then they retconned it like 4 times over.
Well, okay, so for example, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not.
It's Pumpkin. Who gives a shit about Pumpkin?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're like interested in reading it, there's a scene where they're in the hospital or something, and the main character girl like jumps out from somewhere. I forgot. Oh, from the vents or something. She like crawls. She's like in the vents. She drops down, and the doctor's like, "What the heck?" And like she kills everyone in the room. And I'm like, "Is this possible?" Like she doesn't even have a knife. She just grabs a scalpel off the table, and they're like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "What are you doing? You're all adult men. To do something. This is like a 15-year-old girl."
No, she's just too strong.
Yeah, and all of the characters are jerks except for the main love interest boy, who is like, I don't know, just head over heels for this crazy psycho. So
yeah. What else is there? And movies.
oh yeah.
I didn't get to talk that much about movies. Yeah, I'm pretty critical when it comes to movies. I think like because it's been like oversaturating the market so much. Like I've seen a lot of superhero movies, and most of the time I'm very disappointed. Mostly because like I read comics too, and I love comics. But like a lot of the superhero movies kind of disappoint me. Like I don't like a lot of Marvel movies. I know like nowadays that's a more accepted fact. But back then, like after like I haven't liked a Marvel movie since like after Avengers. And it was like kind of like blasphemous at the time to like not like a Marvel movie after since then. Because I think like after I watched Avengers, I'm like, you know what, that wasn't bad. Like, cause the only Marvel movies I liked during that time was Iron Man 1 and Avengers.
Guardians?
No, at just after phase 1. Only phase 1. So that was Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and Avengers. Yes. And I guess technically you want to say the Incredible Hulk also.
Yikes.
I think that's it. But I think at the time I only liked Iron Man 1 and Avengers. I think I thought Captain America was alright. And then after that, I pretty much didn't like any of the movies from phase 2. I didn't like Thor 2. I don't think anybody liked Thor 2. I didn't like Iron Man 3. I didn't get to watch Winter Soldier, so maybe that was good. Who knows?
I hear it's good.
Yeah. And then I like Guardians. I don't remember if that was phase 2 or not. Pretty sure it was.
I didn't even know there were phases.
Yeah. There are phases because there's so many fucking movies.
Somebody's got feelings.
There's so many movies and not all of them are good. I won't even say most of them are average.
I don't know. I mean, they're not necessarily awful.
Well, they're not.
It's not like what was that? Hellfest? It's not Hellfest.
It's not like all the bad scary movies that comes out at random times of the year.
Oof. You know they're making a Happy Death Day too.
Yeah, I saw.
Happy Death Day to You. Wait, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, Happy Death Day, and then it's like 2, like number 2 and you. Yeah.
Amazing.
And like, but at least that looks campy.
I mean, so was the first one.
Yeah, so like at least you can have some fun with that. I think for the Marvel movies, you're supposed to take most of them seriously.
You're supposed to take all of them pretty seriously.
Yeah, and you don't do that well.
Yeah. That's like when we were watching Black Panther, and we're like, this movie has got some, I think it's confused where it wants to go.
I think. It
wants to like,
Yeah, I think I can count all the good Marvel movies I like on one hand.
What's your top, I guess top 5? You have top 3. Let's do top 3.
I have a list actually.
You do?
Well, it's because Patrick's one of our friends, made a list of all the Marvel movies we watch and like we ranked them because we wanted to see like how our rankings are. So the movies that I liked are Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America Winter Soldier, which I haven't seen, but I'm just gonna put it there for the benefit of the doubt because a lot of people say it's good. Iron Man and Avengers. And that's it. Those are the movies I think are good.
I like...
You like 1 and 2 for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Well, I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the second one.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
I like the first one, and I like the second one. And
I've pretty much seen at this point all the Marvel movies except for Winter Soldier, just because I never got around to it.
I never seen any of the Thor movies except for the best Thor movie,
Ragnarok. I mean, that's true. It is the best Thor movie, but I think it's bad. So I feel like one of these days we're gonna have a podcast about all the Marvel movies.
I liked Avengers, I guess.
The first time watching it, I did like it. I think after that, I didn't hate it, but I was like, it's alright.
I just don't really care. Like I never really liked Iron Man, so I fell asleep at the third one.
Here's the worst part about this list, though. I feel like I will watch most of these movies again. It would definitely change. I feel like a lot of these movies will go down the list. I feel like Iron Man will go down. I feel like Avengers will go down. I feel like if I watch Captain America Winter Soldier, it might stay up there just out of comparison of everything else. But I feel like most of these movies will go down. And like, I feel like my list of good movies will be down to like maybe 3 or 2.
You know, Guardians was like, I remember so many good things about the first one, but it had such a forgettable villain that I don't want to watch it. Like, the motivation to like watch the movie is just not there for me, because I know that most of it is chasing this blue guy.
I remember him, Ronan the Destroyer.
Ronan?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't really care about him. I only remember him because he had a Disney Infinity figure that nobody bought. So that was always discounted because, like, who wants him? Who's like, that's my favorite guy. He's my favorite villain from any of the Marvel movies. That Ronan guy.
I feel like
Chris Pratt's dad in the second one was a better villain, and he was like not even that good of a villain.
He wasn't. I don't know. I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I might like it more if I didn't feel like most of that movie's kind of useless. Because
yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot of like fighting, and then
there's a lot of infighting, and and it's kind of annoying. But like I said, I don't like a lot of the Marvel movies. But for anybody out there, if you like the Marvel movies, that's fine. I can at least say this: the Marvel movies are better than the DC movies. People always say I'm a DC fanboy, and that's because yes, I do like the comics for DC better than Marvel generally. But man, do the DC movies suck.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do they call it? The DC?
The DC, it's like EU. I forgot what the E stands for. Extended Universe?
Oh.
DC Extended Universe? Something like that. Yeah. There's just something about those movies I feel like, I do not like these.
I mean, people hated on Justice League, but I mean, when you compare it to like something like Discount Justice League or whatever it was called, Suicide Squad.
I mean, yes, if you compare AIDS to literal cancer, I mean, like,
both are bad.
Both are bad. And I feel like one of them is like slightly less than the other one.
I don't know, they're both pretty bad. AIDS and cancer are both awful.
I guess the more accurate representative would be like, compare the flu to literal cancer.
Yeah, okay. AIDS is still relevant, Kevin.
Yes, it is.
So don't downplay AIDS and HIV.
Yeah. Like, man, that's my my hot take on movies and anime. I feel like I'm not that hard on anime, but people always say I'm super critical about it.
I guess so. I mean, you just have things you like, you know, expectations. I mean, you've seen quite a bit, so I think you have the right to be critical, you know.
I've been watching anime, I guess, technically since before I was even born, because I watched a lot of anime when I was younger. Probably a lot of anime I shouldn't have watched, from like all the way from the 80s to like now. Although there's that one blank period of anime history I don't have, which is late 90s.
Like Trigun and
A lot of the classics, basically.
Cowboy Bebop.
Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, which I've seen most of those now, but like, I still haven't seen all of Evangelion. I still haven't finished Trigun. I still haven't watched Outlaw Star. But there's that one point in anime history that I just completely missed somehow. Yet I've seen pretty much most of the series before and after that period.
I have a bootleg copy of Outlaw Star if you want to watch it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That's how you know we're old, when we have bootleg copies of anime.
I got them from my uncle, though. I mean, I think that's how it starts, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have a bootleg copy of Cowboy Bebop. I have a bootleg copy of Rurouni Kenshin, like season 1 and 2 or something like that. Like 2 box sets, so like 2 arcs I have. I have quite a bit of bootlegs. So
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm that hard on anime, but people always say I am. Like, whenever I shit on Donnie and the Franks back when it was super popular.
yeah, but then everybody realized, oh no, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, but like, no one listened to me. When the first episode came out, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awful. And no one listened to me.
Well, you're like the guys with the tinfoil hats. You're like, you know.
But I was right.
Yeah, because it was actually aliens.
That's true.
It was actually aliens the whole time. Unbelievable. I kind of liked, I mean, I didn't hate it as much as you did, because there was like definitely things that I think that I liked about Darling in the Franxx.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked that I liked the part where they figured out that there were other kids before them. Like, I kind of liked that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Even though it doesn't make sense. Oops. It doesn't make sense later on, because they specify that the current kids are all special. So
Yeah.
why would there be other kids in the special house?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, yeah, there was like some things that I liked about Darling in the Franxx. I mean, there wasn't a lot. And then when there were aliens, there was nothing I liked about Darling in the Franxx. And then when they turned into like weird, like, I don't know, I think this is like metaphorical, but when they turned into like weird star dust bird things and flew off into space at the end.
Oh, you're talking about like the very end of Darling in the Franxx?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I'm just so tired.
Where everyone held hands and was like, we believe in Hero. We believe in Zero too.
They held hands for like almost like an entire year. They were standing out there for an entire year.
I'm pretty sure the implication was supposed to be like, oh, they come together like once a day or something like that, and
it's a cult.
Pray.
No, they literally stood out there.
They usually stood out there for an entire year.
For an entire year.
No eating allowed.
Mommy, Daddy, I'm hungry.
The basis of them holding hands was literally a kid going up to the statue, be like, darling, darling. And then they're like, oh, it must be a sign. It's like, you're right. It must
be Zero too.
You're right. It's like a literal cult. God, Darling Frank is such a shit show. Oh my god, I feel like I can have like an entire rant about Darling the Franxx again. Let's do. Let me have another hot take on a different anime. I don't think Made in Abyss is that good. Fight me.
Just alienating everybody. Anybody who would come here is like, oh no, they don't like anything. They don't like My Hero.
Okay, no, here's the thing. Made in Abyss is alright. I think the last 3 episodes of Made in Abyss are like the best episodes in the series.
I agree.
Probably like the best episodes of that season. But I think there's a lot in Made in Abyss that was like, I guess you could say it's world building, but it doesn't tell you a lot about the world, really.
All you know, because I remember seeing like other YouTubers like reviews, so like Giguk and like, well, maybe it was just only Giguk because I hardly watch anybody else, but like Giguk was talking about like, oh, I feel like, you know, it really draws you into the world, and I'm like, what world?
Yeah.
Like this world exists, but they literally tell you nothing about it. It's like they don't even know anything.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, how can you build a world when you don't know anything about the world, right? All you know is that there's this big hole, and then if you go up too fast, you die. If you go down and you go up too fast,
you go down too far, you die.
You die. So, I mean, you don't know anything else about any other part of the world. It's only this little island where the abyss is. And I don't really understand, like, do people make their own ways to get down to the center of the earth? Because, like...
It's not the center of the earth, but yeah.
Well, I mean, because, like, there's other places where you can get...
Yeah, there's other pits or whatever abysses, I guess.
Because there's that one...
They established that before. You just don't see any of them. And I think the one we're at, no, the one the manga's at is, like, supposed to be, like, the deepest one. And, like, because they don't know what the bottom is. Yeah.
I can't believe for all of the generations that have like settled around the abyss that only now like children are starting to get sick. Like I don't
around the abyss. Well, I think it was supposed to be like it's always been like that. I think. Was it?
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like they have like this sickness where it's like, oh, every so often like kids will just die.
Yeah.
For no reason. And nobody thought, maybe it's because we live around the abyss.
The cursed abyss that kills people and turns people insane. Maybe
that it like seeps out because when they left, like that kid that got really sick when they moved off of the island, they were like, oh wow, he's feeling better.
And those people the few people who are gonna watch this and be like, oh, you need to read the manga, whatever. We read the manga. We're all caught up.
Yeah. I mean...
We do our research here.
I mean, you know, we probably don't remember everything.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like...
Because most of it is off the top of our heads, and, like, I feel like if we actually spend the time in order to, like, look through the manga and try to remember stuff, we'll get very much diminishing returns. This is not that important.
Yeah.
But we read the manga, and I still don't feel like we know enough about the world in order to, like, have an accurate idea of what it's supposed to be about.
I felt like I was really slow when I was, like I was just stupid or something when Nanachi was explaining how the abyss worked.
No, it's funny, because we both talked about that, and we both came out with different interpretations of what she was saying.
Like if you go, because basically like if you descend, then like you don't experience the effects too much because like it's like you're going down slowly, so you're not breaking through the whatever the abyss curse thingy is. But if you descend too fast, then things happen. But if you go up too fast, then things happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really get it.
Because I remember watching that and reading it, and I came out thinking like, oh, I get it. And I talked to you about it, and I realized, no, wait, what does she mean?
Because like if you descend too fast, that's why they can't really... Okay, but then I don't really understand, because then people come up from the bottom of the abyss, right? So that takes like years and years to get back up, I would think. Because how would they know what the bottom of the abyss is?
Well, they don't. They haven't reached the bottom.
But they know...
They have a known bottom, quote
yeah,
unquote.
but the known bottom... what's the main character's name?
Shit.
We read the manga.
I mean, we have. It's just the people are so forgettable. Fuck you guys.
I forgot what her name. Rico? Is that her name? Okay, so her name is Rico. And like, I don't really get like how this works. So in the beginning, she goes and greets the whatever they're called, like the divers or whatever, the people who explore the abyss. And she's like, oh, they're coming back. And I'm like, how long were they gone for? Like, where did they go? How did they get back up? Because they come in this like weird elevator
thingy, yeah.
And I'm like, how does that protect them from the effects of the abyss?
Well, no, because they established the elevator only goes down so far. I think it only goes down to the 4th level or something like that.
But then you would still experience the effects at the 4th level.
Yeah, but I think people who are used to the abyss doesn't get as affected.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think that they made that a point with the old diver guy, that he's used to the abyss because he's dived down so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only when you get down like significantly more that they will get affected.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Because yeah, I think that was the case. Could be wrong. Like I said, if we're wrong about anything, just fucking tell us. We'll see it. We'll read it. We'll respond. But but yeah, like, cause there's lots, like, despite all this quote-unquote world building that people talk about in Made in Abyss, I feel like I still don't know anything about the Abyss.
You don't even know if Nanachi, what gender Nanachi is? Like, I guess Nanachi doesn't have to have a gender, but at least, like, I mean...
She's a very progressive, gender-fluid animal bunny person. Sarah. Be progressive.
Excuse me. Sorry. I mean, I just want to know.
I thought we were supposed to assume that Nanachi was female.
That's what I assumed. But people were like, well, you don't know if Nanachi is like a guy, or like, if Nanachi even has a gender or whatever.
So? I feel like it was kind of assumed. I mean, okay. I guess to be fair, you don't know. Like, they never outright say it. But I feel like the guys and girls in that series are drawn in a way that you can kind of tell off first glance.
But not that blue-haired guy. The maid with the white whistle lady.
Yeah. I guess so, but I think that was kind of the point of the character, though.
Yeah, that was the point. But I'm just saying.
That's like saying, like, oh, you can't judge a book by its cover. Look at all the traps in animes. I'm like, but that's the point of the character design. We're just alienating like everybody.
I don't like My Hero. I don't like
Marvel movies. My Abyss sucks. We don't like anything on this podcast. I feel like at the very least we can put into words of what we're saying. And you know what? Like, if we're wrong, we'll respond, yeah. But like if we're wrong and you tell us and you correct us, I mean, I feel like in general it won't change my opinion too much about the series.
Yeah.
Mostly because like the series itself doesn't convey it that well. But maybe we're just dumb. Maybe that's it.
Also, like, I just have a problem with the series in general. I mean, in Made in Abyss specifically. I feel like I don't know if it's just me or what, but like I feel like there's definitely like pedophilic tones. And I don't know if it's just me who has the problem and is seeing these things and is making and is sexualizing children, which I'm not. But like, this is something that they're drawn in a way where it feels like
people defend it, Sarah.
It doesn't feel right. Like, this
people say like, oh, that's the point. It's supposed to be off-putting, Sarah, or like it's supposed to convey like how immature the characters are or whatever.
But they're children. They're children. That's, I mean, I've heard the arguments.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, Reg doesn't know what this is, or Rico's still a kid, so she doesn't understand. I'm like, they understand enough for things in the abyss to be happening to them. Are you telling me that they don't understand, like, when, like at least some sexual things?
No. Actually, at the very least, Rico's about that age, supposedly.
Yeah.
That's right. I keep getting confused about how old these characters are.
They're not...
Rico's 12.
Like...
Yeah, Rico should definitely know. Huh.
They're not really... You know, they're still kids, but they're, like... It's at the age where it's like, oof, that's a problem. That's a problem now. Because those kids should know. If you've ever talked to any 12-year-old, they're saying things that they shouldn't be saying.
I mean, just
they
look
know
back
things,
when you were 12, honestly.
Yeah, they know things that they shouldn't have been knowing, but now they know. And you could say, like, oh, well, she wasn't, like sex was never, like, something that was prevalent in her life at all. And, like, the punishments she received weren't sexually, like, fueled, but I'm not talking about, like, how it is in the series. I'm talking about, like,
how it's conveyed to us.
How it's conveyed, and, like, the mangaka's, like, portrayal of it in the series, I guess. Because it's like, it doesn't need to be in there, and yet it's in there. And I just find it very uncomfortable. And, like...
like, whenever they talk about Nanachi and how she smells...
Yeah, or how, like, people are always poking at, like, Reg's wiener. Like,
yeah.
Why are people always touching his wiener? Like, is that necessary? Like, or that, like...
That one scene where we literally see him pee into a tube? Yes. Completely necessary, Sarah.
Or, like, sex scenes between... Like, in the latest chapter, there was, like, some weird sex scene...
With children.
And, like... Okay, I'm assuming
you blink and you miss it, because I missed it, because it was during...
I'm assuming they're children, because they look the same age...
As everyone else.
As, like, Reg, as, like, Rico.
And you know what? If you guys say, like, oh, but they're not the same age, fuck you guys, they're drawn that way. like, that's the same argument of whenever people say, like, oh... She's not underage. She's 300 years old. Like, fuck you.
She still looks like she's, like, 12. So, I mean...
Really think about, like, what you're saying there.
Yeah. Those lolly vampires, they're still lollies. They still
look like children, you fucking weirdos.
Alienating so much of a potential audience.
Whatever. If I feel like the first episode right now is a good filter of who will watch this podcast.
Very strong opinions.
Like, okay. I think for the most part. I say for the most part because there are shitty opinions out there. Mm-hmm. But I feel like for the most part, your opinion matters. Mm-hmm. And I'm open to hearing your opinions and your interpretations.
Definitely.
And I will debate most of the time about, like, what, like...
Yeah.
Like, at least how I'm interpreting it. Mm-hmm. And how it will differ from your interpretation. So we can at least both see where we're coming from. But there are some things... where there's not a lot of wiggle room. Like, whenever people try to defend, like, lolly characters, like, okay, like, lolly characters themselves aren't that bad, but whenever they sexualize lolly characters and they try to justify it by saying they're, like, fucking 500 years old, mm-hmm. There's a reason why they try to really push for that age.
Yeah. Suddenly it's okay if they're 500, if they have the mentality of a 500-year-old person, but like a body of like a 9-year-old. Like suddenly that's okay. That's like, that's like what a good example would be. Oh, maybe this isn't a great example, but you remember that, like, in Skyrim, when you're doing the Dark Brotherhood quest?
Yes.
And there's that vampire girl that you talk to in the Dark Brotherhood, and she's like, it's like, you can buy, like, danger cards for me. That's like if you dated that little girl. That is exactly the same. She might be 500, almost like 1,000 years old, but she still looks like a brace. So take that as you will. I don't know.
Like really think about what you're saying there. I'm open to hearing what your argument defending that opinion is, but I don't know, man.
This is a slightly judgment-free zone.
We're giving ourselves our wiggle room here because, like I said, there are some opinions out there that I feel like are shitty. Like, I won't get into what side I'm on because I feel like that's not important. But a lot of times in politics, I feel like there are shitty opinions, and like I just don't want to deal with that. That's one thing I feel like I would never go into in this podcast. That's politics. I feel like once we get into politics, that's
like game over.
Yeah,
like
there's a point of no return. We are starting over this podcast.
Yeah. So if you're looking for our political views, you will not find it here.
I feel like by like episode like 20, you probably guessed what our political views are.
Yeah, I mean, we live in California,
so
I mean,
hard hint, guys.
Yeah, like,
but like, I feel like it doesn't matter too much when we're criticizing like media.
Yeah,
points aside, I feel like it's your turn. I feel I took up like 90% of our introduction.
That's okay. I'm trying to think of what to say because I like art.
Mm-hmm. You are an artist.
That's my major, so I better be pretty decent. Hopefully, I am in an illustration major, so my major is art, but my concentration is illustration. So, hopefully, that goes well. And I like video games for the most part. I'm very like video games and anime. I'm very picky about. I don't have a specific genre that I like. I just know if I like something.
And it's not like you're picky because like, oh, every game's bad. It's just like you just like certain games.
That's true.
You just like certain anime.
Yeah. It's like sometimes I'll find an anime that I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like that, but I end up liking it anyway. Mm-hmm. And then that's like the same for
games.
For games. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like it. And then I'm like, yeah, it's better than I thought. Mm-hmm. Like, I like Ace Attorney.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Like Pokemon a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My bed sheets right now are Pokemon bed sheets. Yeah. I am a 23-year-old college lady
with Pokemon
bed sheets. So I went out of my way to go get these. I was at Target. I saw them. It was an impulse buy, and I don't regret it at all. They don't even fit my bed right. they don't even fit my bed right. It's a fitted sheet. I don't care. I mean, this one has a Alolan Pokemon on it, so it was all worth it.
Yeah.
Usually I have to call Kevin first before I
impulse buy anything.
Impulse buy because I'm the one who usually
buys everything.
Yeah, buys everything. Because I'm just like, Kevin, do I need it? And he'll say,
No.
no, yeah, no.
If you ask me that question, I think you know the answer.
But this one was something that I'm like, I really wanted. So, Pokemon bed sheets. I never had Pokemon bed sheets before. Oh, wait, that's a lie. I did have Pikachu bed sheets, I think. I think I did. So, fun fact. What else? I read more manga than I watch anime. Mm-hmm. I always feel like anime is like such like a time sink.
Yeah, you just don't have that.
Yeah, well, I do, but I'd rather be watching something else.
Like reruns.
Yeah, like reruns. Or I'll be watching I'm on a Law and Order SVU like binge right now. I don't know, I'm just watching so much SVU. So and I love that show. I love that show so much. I'm on season 2 right now. So I'm working my way up from season 1 all the way to season like, I don't know, like 40 or something. There's like a bajillion seasons now. But yeah. Yeah, I like manga.
Running out of things to say?
No, I mean, like, I just like, oh, I like to play card games. As in card game.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh. I can't even say like I like to play more than one, because I only play one. And I don't even play it anymore. So I don't even play card games.
It's just something you just put out there, like, I like card games, sort of. Not really.
No, but I still want to play. Like, we just didn't have money for a while.
And, you know, card games can be expensive.
Yeah, and I didn't want to, like, it's like getting back into drugs. You know, like, it's like
that cardboard drugs, man.
Yeah. It's like, you know,
it's just like crack, man.
It's sort of, you know, because like you spend a lot of time and money, you know, buying cards and then like playing with them, and then like you try to quit and then it just pulls you back in. Like, it's awful. It's so terrible. Like, I thought I was done playing because there was no Amazoness, like, support. And then they pulled me back in. Unbelievable. Who would have thought that there would be Amazoness support in 2017?
I think that's when it came out, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I didn't think about that. And yet it happened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just went on.
I went on a long tangent. You can go on tangents too.
I like rhythm games.
That's right. You are a big fan of rhythm games.
I like rhythm games, but only certain rhythm games.
You like a lot of Japanese rhythm games.
I don't like games that I have to touch the screen. So, like,
what about O's?
Oh, that's true. No, but I don't like it when I have to do it with my fingers.
Oh, you mean like arcade rhythm games? Is what you're talking about?
like Technica.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at Technica. Well, I haven't played a lot, but I didn't really like Technica. I don't like
the one I play, Crossbeats.
Yeah, I don't like Crossbeats. I don't like Demo either, or whatever that other one is that people play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like those because there's no like feedback.
No tactile feedback.
Yeah. Which, at least if you like play with like a stylus, like for the DS, you can like tap the screen and then it like feels like you did something. Like, I can't tap it with my nail, it won't work. So,
I mean, it will.
Really?
Yeah, because it's pressure sensitive, not.
Oh, not heat sensitive or whatever.
Not whatever sensitive. I forget what it is, but. Yeah, you can use whatever you want, really. Oh. It would just be a bad feedback.
There you go. So, like, sometimes I would do that, but then the like what if you had to hold it? I'm just saying, it's like
You need some kind of feedback, is what you're saying.
It's hard to find rhythm games that I really like and really enjoy. I like DJ Max.
Like most of the Miku games.
I like most of Miku games, but I really think I enjoy playing DJ Max more than I like playing Miku. I like the songs in all of them, but DJ Max is, I just think, just more fun to play.
I feel it.
Maybe we should talk about... Oh, I'm sorry.
What? No, go ahead.
So maybe we should talk about how we met. Since, like, this is, like, you know...
The introduction? No, I feel like we should save that, because we're already past an hour.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel like we should save that for another significant podcast.
Well, then...
A significant episode.
Well, then we can,
Well, I kind of want to do, like, say, like, what we're going to do for each episode. So,
so I guess...
Because we have no viewers and we just started, I feel like if we ever get comments, whatever, we will at least do feedbacks until like our audience become too big and we can't do that anymore. But yeah,
fingers crossed.
one day maybe. But like if you have any questions for us, leave a comment, or if you have anything you want to discuss with us, leave a comment. Plenty of hot takes. Fully willing to talk about it. But I think the general idea I want to have, since there's only the two of us, is that each episode we're gonna bring some kind of topic, and we will, depending on the time, either get through one or both of our topics, and we will talk about it basically. So it will be anything really, like whatever I'm watching current anime, or like games, or YouTube, or whatever, honestly. Just like whatever we want to talk about, chill.
Yeah, we can even talk about our relationship, which is
the kind of the title of the podcast, or whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that for our introductory episode, which I like. We like didn't even talk about our relationship, and that's like the main thing about this podcast.
No, it's like a red herring thing. Like we're literally just a couple, and these are our thoughts. And that's it.
It's like we're not even dating or something.
Yeah, no, like if you ever want like random relationship advice from us, we've been in a relationship for almost 7 years now.
Sure.
You're the one who doesn't remember. Yes, I sometimes forget that.
Sure, 7 years almost.
Yes, it is almost 7 years.
We're on our 6th year. We've known each other since...
We're literally like a month away from our 7th year.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. We're like a month and 2 weeks away.
Okay, well, there you go then. I was gonna say, it's not like literally...
No, a month and 1 week away.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, I remember our anniversary. Do you?
Yeah, like, we've been in a relationship for a while. Since, like, high school.
Yeah.
So
we're high school sweethearts. Oh my god.
Stop, please. So if you ever want, like advice from a high school, like, relationship, which I can tell you right now, generally it's gonna be hard. It will either be hard or just won't work out. I'm gonna be frankly honest with you guys.
Are you saying that our relationship is difficult?
We broke up once.
That was only...
in high school.
Yeah, that was in high school.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
That's some juicy goss.
yeah, like, we have our things. We have our thoughts on
we have our things.
Yes, we have our thoughts on relationships. And you know, I feel like we work out pretty well
For the most part, yeah.
We're not perfect, but hey,
No couple is perfect.
if you're a perfect couple, everyone just thinks you're weird. So
Everyone thinks you're lying. Okay. Like, no offense, but like people always think that like things are happening at home or behind the scenes, you know?
So would you rather have like that fake real couple thing, or you want some real ass shit from from us?
I don't know if we're a good example though, because we're not very romantic.
And
Well, I'm not very romantic. I mean, you are, but I'm not.
I don't know. I don't think this, despite contrary belief, I don't think romance is all that important in relationships. It's nice,
What?
sure. No, I'm serious. I think the most important part about relationships is being happy together.
That's true.
I don't think romance is all that important, honestly.
Well, we've been together for this long. I guess it wasn't very important.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Not every relationship is different. So, I mean,
I'm saying that as the romantic partner in this relationship.
It's kind of like every relationship is kind of like the same at its core, right? But like what happens in the relationship differs from person to person.
Yeah.
So, but like the things that in theory should make it work are like, all the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And that like communication, like everybody's like, oh, you should communicate, but like for real, it's a really important thing to be able to communicate with your partner, which I don't do very well. So Miss Hypocrite over here,
Yeah. But I think we have a general idea across.
Yeah.
So if you guys wanna talk to us at all, leave a comment. Like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon.
Oh my god.
Let's be like real YouTubers now.
We can only say that when we actually have people, I feel like.
No, episode 1 and on, we're gonna keep saying that.
I demand that you subscribe. Don't subscribe if you don't like it. I'm just being honest. Like, if you really enjoy it, then please subscribe. Because I know I'm like that, where I'm like, I have to watch like 5 other videos, and even then sometimes I don't subscribe. I feel like it's a commitment. like for some reason I feel like I'm obligated. Like if I subscribe to you, I'm now obligated
to watch your shit.
To watch your stuff all the time.
Yeah, we won't upload that much though. Like at most we'll upload weekly, if not like bi-weekly.
Oh, that would be cool. Although we won't be uploading when I'm gonna be on vacation.
I'll do a solo podcast during that time.
I'd be down. I'd listen to it.
Yeah.
Solo thoughts.
Solo thoughts. Where I review the Han Solo movie.
Have you? We haven't watched it, so
that's why it would be a solo thought.
You can watch that by yourself.
Yes. Anyways, I think that'll be good for now. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
Whoever listens to this will now go out to the void that is YouTube.
Hi. Welcome
to Just a Couple Thoughts.
Yeah, with Kevin.
With your host, Kevin, and my partner and co-host,
Sarah. That's me. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
I feel like that should have been in the beginning.
Yep, but we didn't do that.
Oh well.
So
anyways, I guess I'll see you guys next time.
Alrighty. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.